next guest is a good friend who's had much success in movies, television, radio, and nightclubs. And a series of courses called Newhart will premiere on Monday, October 17th at 9:30. Would you welcome Bob Newhart?
I enjoyed the interview with the chief.
Nice man.
A thought crossed my mind. It might be a nice gesture on your part to donate your DeLorean to the...
That's right. Yes, that'd be kind of nice. A nice, sleek, modern, fully paid for.
The gold doors might create problems.
That's right, especially if you have arrest somebody for drunkenness.
Yeah.
You get in there, the doors get Well, it's just, chief's got a problem, you know.
He sure does, yeah.
Do you have an extra car at all that you...
No.
Look, I've known you for, what, 20 years? Something like that?
At least 20.
At least 20 years. You're so successful, and you still dress. You started as an accountant.
Yeah.
You still dress conservatively with a vest. You don't see people wearing vests much anymore. You wear them well.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Some people can wear vests and other people can't. Found out a long time ago I could pull it off, and
It has a certain panache to it, you know. It gives you an image. But don't you just like to break loose occasionally? And...
Oh, I do, but an important show like this, I like to dress appropriately.
I see. In other words, you're playing...
Can we get to my notes? They're much
No,
fun.
no, I don't want to get. I don't want to get to those at all.
He's doing that to me again.
Well, I want to make you feel comfortable.
Of course I feel comfortable.
I didn't mean that I didn't like your clothes.
No, I understand that.
Obviously expensive.
Yeah?
And okay, moving along now.
Okay.
You were in 2020 recently.
Yes.
And you made some statements. One of them was that there'll always be comedians around, as long as other people or people do stupid things. Is that close?
That's right. That's comedians. We're very lucky. I mean, singers come and go, but as long as people do stupid things and we watch them, then we will work. Because we do them.
That's right.
And
we comment on this.
For instance, I did a stupid thing this week, and
tell us about it.
And it was one of those situations where I was glad no one else was around, you know, where you do something stupid and you look and you say, thank God no one saw that, because we changed banks, went to a different bank, and as a precaution, I tore up my checks from the old bank because I was afraid, you know, somebody would find them and write a check.
Sure.
And then I tore up the deposit slips because apparently I was afraid that someone would try to deposit money in your name to my old account. Yeah.
Sure.
And pictured getting a call, you know, from the police saying, we've caught the guy who's been doing this. And do you want to prosecute? And say, well, of course I want to prosecute. He could go out, if you let him off, he could be depositing money in other people's accounts.
How much has he got in there?
Yeah.
And then you felt foolish all of a sudden. You didn't want anybody to see that.
I'm glad nobody was around, and here I am telling it.
Yes, so you're right.
Another thing, I went to we really don't read labels. I went to a vitamin store, and I get intimidated in most stores, hardware stores and vitamin stores, because I like to pretend I know, you know, but I don't really know. And I ordered something, and the woman said, would you like that natural or pre-digested? And I said, pre-digested. And I took it, and I got in the car, and then I realized, I began to picture how do they get it back in the bottle? I mean, I'd like a picture of the guy that pre-digested.
Does this kind of work for a living?
I have no idea how they do that.
I don't know exactly what that means either. Were these vitamins or something?
Vitamins, yes.
You take...
I haven't taken, I didn't used to do that. I'm doing it now. There's a whole thing about that life extension thing, you know, that they claim with vitamins you can live to be 120, 130 years old.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Would you want to?
You know, I don't know. I really don't. That's the question they haven't answered.
That's right. What do you do those last, if you retire at 70, what do you do for 45 years, 50 years?
Well, not only that, but I mean, there are going to be a lot more people around, you know, and it's going to be pretty crowded, you know, and not a lot of space, you know, and you're going to be, you know, standing around like... Oh, here comes another one. Don't put him on our row. Come on. Come on. All right.
Yeah, that's the problem. 50 years of retirement, look at it. You also talk in that show about, and I don't know why comedians, we always get into this. We talk about things that have not worked.
Yes.
We find great humor in things that go, as they say, down the drain or flop.
I've seen you at parties, and we talk about just deadly routines.
And we get hysterical about it when you're talking about it. Why is that? Self-protection of some kind?
Yeah, I guess so. I did a routine. I've done a lot of routines that I've done not too many feet away.
Just a short walk from here, yeah.
On the star spot there.
With all intention, you think it's going to be dynamite. You think in your head it's a good premise.
I think everyone you do, you think it has a chance. I did one on it's kind of a parody on lifeboats. You know, the movie Lifeboat, where they all wound up in the lifeboat. And
right.
I did it with an English accent. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but he explained that their biggest fear, they didn't know if they would be picked up right away or it could be several days. So the biggest fear was boredom. So they had to kind of amuse themselves in the lifeboat. And so the guy kind of got up an amateur hour in the lifeboat to take their minds off of their plight. And
now that sounds pretty amusing.
Yeah. Well, wait.
I know it's going to be tragic, but it sounds good.
So one guy raised his hand and he said, "And what do you do, sir?" And he said, "You're able to take your eyeglasses off with your tongue." I don't think that's quite. And that was pretty much the No, I always thought that was funny. It ended with happened to be a flamenco team. Happened to be in the lifeboat.
Don't tell me.
And they danced and put a hole in the boat. I had to get out of it somehow.
Didn't you do a routine once about Hungarian singer?
I've done about 3 versions of Hungarian singer on the Ted Mack Amateur Hour.
That's the premise.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm fascinated by that, but it's a man who he gets on the old Ted Mack Amateur Hour and he says, "I escaped Hungary in 1956 and come to America, and I used to listen Voice America in Hungary, but it's dangerous in Hungary. You listen Voice America because they can put you in prison and throw the doors away." keys away. But I listen in corner of attic, the Metropolitan Opera broadcast and learn to sing the song I'd like to do now, Vesti Lejuba, which I learned from listening Voice America in Hungary.
Go right ahead. Good luck.
Vesti Lejuba. Well, but that's possible.
I mean,
that's
funny.
entirely
See,
possible.
that's funny. Now, when you've tried that, has it?
Yeah.
It's always worked, hasn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. It's a funny premise. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Is that instructions, Fred, as I understand them? Yeah, I don't really understand them, but...